Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Darksiders 3. Sometimes I feel like I'm a little overly critical of myself when I'm making videos. I mean, I know I'm not talking to them. I feel like everyone has those moments. Where like, oh god, why'd you do it that way? You just that wasn't good, you should have done it this way. So, I had that at the end of the last episode. I was like, God, Mike, that have a great day at the end sounded so disingenuous. Fuck. I'm just tired. It's I mean, I've managed to get my sleeping schedule to a. Well, actually, I'll talk about it after this.
Fury, fantastic.
Your day of reckoning is at hand, Slog. You will be judged in combat like all the others.
Darling, do I look like I'll be fighting anything or anyone anytime soon?
You have no choice.
There's always a choice, darling. I choose not to choose. Too much of a bother.
I'm fighting all the time. I'm fighting my cholesterol.
Take offense, you'll play your part well in our wee morality play. But really, why bother? It's the apocalypse. Woo. I'm completely over it. My sole concern is comfort.
That sounds familiar.
And as you can see, I have like many minions with that. It's all they live for. You should try it. I've got you a few slaves if you'll just relax.
I shall once you and your kin lie dead. I only hope the rest put up more of a fight than you.
Let them stand or fall. It matters not to me. You understand, don't you, horseman? The futility of it. Why not join me? Take a load off and enjoy the nothingness. I bet you'd take to it quite easily.
Would you abandon your mission?
No.
Is that so? The Great Fury would not allow herself to fall prey to such a creature. Are you truly up to the task?
But yeah, as I was saying, I finally got myself on a normal sleep schedule after the dick of fucking months. So now it's like 10:42, and I'm really tired. I can probably actually fall asleep right now. But you know, I want to get these done so I can actually have them encoding while I sleep. Let's see. Having stuff in code while I sleep is like the easiest way to make sure I can get them all done on time. Oh, ow. I mean, I should just do this. Once you just right up on the rest of them just get fucking crushed because I can't hold them anymore. That's fucking hilarious. Oh, that was the wrong button. Oh god, he's pushing me to the edge. He's pushing me to the edge. I don't like this. I don't like this one bit. I can't move. I'm actually kind of trapped right now. Oh, cool. I was dodging as much as I could. It was just keeping me in place. But hey, at least it didn't like restart the fight. That would have been really annoying. Looks like he's also kind of stuck. Ow. Get rid of this last minion. I wasn't paying attention to the exact amount that that did. I think it was like 246. As compared to the whip next chance we get. Because if it's better at counterattacking, I might as well just use it for counterattacks. Okay, no, the whip's better because it hits him numerous times. Oh, Jesus.
Congratulations. You must be so fulfilled. What change do you think killing me will enact on this sad crusade?
Are you begging? Muster up a little dignity.
Sweetheart, I let slaves wipe my ass with the wings of angels while I enjoy a morning tea. Dignity is a myth, like the balance you fight for. Aren't you exhausted?
Yes. But even the most grueling fight is less tiring than taking no action at all.
You know, that is true. I know that oftentimes if you kind of don't do nothing for a long enough time, you just kind of feel exhausted. Also kind of depressed, but maybe that's just me. I always want to do something, you know?
Most exercise he's had in a millennium.
Actually, I'm sure that's not just me. Oh, cool. Another attribute. Oh, actually, another 2. And let's go more into health. Yeah, one thing I definitely gotta say I'm enjoying a lot more about Darksiders 3 than some of the Souls games is they don't do the bull crap where a boss can like 1 or 2 shot, or like where a lot of things can 1 or 2 shot you, but they give you a shit ton of healing items. They actually give you a pretty sizable amount of health to work with, and they just give you very little healing items. I like that because when you have a lot have a lot of health items, but you can't really take a lot of hits, you tend to die in ways that feel really cheap, because it's like, oh, I bet I could have thrown. No, I don't think it would have gotten thrown that far, but because, you know, you can be doing really well, you could have not even needed to use any healing items for like an entire fight, and then suddenly you get 2-shotted out of nowhere because you messed up once, and that tends to feel really cheap. Whereas when you have a big health bar, stuff like that, you really kind of have to get like, you have to consistently not be doing well, rather than just suddenly screw up once. That feels a lot less cheap. I don't know why games have gone down the route of effectively making you die very quickly. It never used to be like that, and frankly I hate it. You know, think of a lot of older games, like I guess Fable 1, just the first one that comes to mind, because I've been thinking about the game lately, because I realize there's a lot of things you can compare a lot of current games with Fable. Even though Fable hasn't aged well, there's a lot of little mechanics that are in a lot of games these days that Fable did, I think, first. I can't think of a game before it. Like items that you can pick up that gives you experience. You know, kind of like similar to the Souls in this game and Dark Souls. They had potions in Fable 1 that would give you experience when you drank them, and you just find them lying around. They were a lot more rare, than the items in this one. These games, they kind of just use them as a means to just make the world feel like it's less empty because, you know, they put loot everywhere. Yeah, here, let me actually... Oh wait, did I... No, I didn't pass them. It's just telling me... okay. Well, I think if... Let me check something. Let's go to the maker. That seems like a good kind of centralized spot.
Please take your time.
Would it be in the cargo hold? No. Let's check. Let's just go to the Maker's Forge, and we'll just run to wherever it tells us to go from. But yeah. Fable is a good example of a game from times past that gave you a pretty substantial health bar. Though granted, in Fable it also gave you a metric shit ton of potions, as pretty much as you can hold. So, you know, maybe not the best example. But yeah, games just used to be like that, and they just never seem to be like that anymore. Dark Souls 1 actually gave you a decent amount of hits before you die if you actually upgraded your armor like by a lot. But the thing was though, why would you upgrade your armor when you can upgrade your weapon? So very few people actually experience that until very late in the game, where they just like, oh, I upgraded all my weapons, time to upgrade my armor. Okay, what the? Thought I saw something. And that was it. So nobody really took advantage of that in Dark Souls, and I don't blame them. Upgrading weapons is honestly a lot better. Which is, again, why I hate upgrade systems like that. You already have stats. There's no need to have anything more. Yeah, it's meant to fill up the world, but maybe you should fill up the world with things that are actually interesting instead of just random fucking bits of the same thing. You're really just not gonna let me? That stealth's working so well, I can't see it all. I bet, you know, these walls are blue. That skull's blue. I bet when I defeat the blue, it's gonna give me a means to climb up the blue. Okay, I better take these guys out. They might actually be in a lot of trouble. Oh, I better go near that so it counts as a checkpoint. There we go. Oh, I never went down there. I also don't have anything prompting me to go down. Well, there's lots of items. Let's go get them. Oh, that's what that's for? Oh, that means I probably could have gotten that one item that was up high. I think there was one of those in there. Okay. Okay, hold on. If I'm understanding this right. Oh, okay. Do I just hold it? Okay. That's neat. I wish it forced me to learn this mechanic in order to move on the last time. That's like, that's something. When I talk about tutorials in games, there's one thing a game needs to do And there's one thing that's really great when a game does it. Also, I didn't want to go up this high, actually, because I want to get those items down there. Also an item down here, which I probably would have missed if I wasn't trying to go down afterwards. Oh, wait, no. If I go down too far at once, it'll make me disappear. There's a lot to handle at once. Ow. Jesus! I think this... I forget which one's the low one. Oh. Okay, got one. Nice, okay. The items are mine. There's also a vent here. Man, there's so many places I can go. But there's a blue wall here. I probably need the blue for. Well, that's one thing. Okay, let's go see what's up there before we actually move on. Oh yeah, I was saying before, there's one thing a tutorial needs to do, and there's another thing that's nice when a tutorial does it. One thing a tutorial needs to do is force you to learn a mechanic. And that it's nice when it does is when it forces you to do it without you realizing you were forced to learn it. You know, essentially make it feel like you figured it out on your own. I know everyone has said this a million times over, but a good example of this is Mega Man X. The tutorial is great. It forces you to learn mechanics, but it never really explicitly tells you, hey, this is how this mechanic works, and stuff like that. Kind of like by throwing enemies at you that have a specific weak spot. So, like, you know, but it gives you plenty of time to actually shoot them before they get in range because they move towards you really slowly. Then you fire at them, you notice nothing's happening, and then you're like, well, I'll hit the big dumb head, and then it works, and you learned it, and it didn't actually, like, tell you, hey, idiot, learn this. It just kind of put you in a situation where it came naturally, and that's why the tutorial is so great. That's why, I mean, like, as much as everyone loves Dark Souls, I've heard people... And this is basically the point where I'm convinced where everyone will just say everything's perfect about Dark Souls, no matter how bad it is. And don't get me wrong, it's a great game. There's just some aspects of it that aren't good. Like the tutorial, for example. I've heard somebody say it's one of the best tutorials ever made. It's perfect, all that stuff. That tutorial is hot garbage. I am sorry. But it never forces you to learn anything. And everything is literally is tutorialized by literally just having a message. Just shit's written all over the floor that basically tells you how to play the game. Like, hey, idiot, just read the messages. I mean, hell, even then, I've had a friend play the game before who didn't realize that he had to get his shield, or that his shield was in that one room, and he got past the tutorial without ever getting a shield, so he had no shield. They needed to add some means where you're required to use the shield to progress, but they didn't. Maybe have some kind of wall that fires arrows at you that you have to block because maybe they come in such a separate what would be the word for it? Like a delayed release that if you try to dodge through it, you would get punished by the next wave or something like that. So you'd have to use the shield. But they don't do that, so now you can miss the shield. I don't know. That's how I'd do it. Oh, there's a thing I can break. I just realized you only got here. Why am I not locking on? There we go. Don't worry, I'm clearly nice. I just smashed an entire wall. Yeah, I mean Dark Souls as a game is great. It's I'd say the thing that makes it good is just the experience of it. Going through that game like blind for the first time, especially a game that has a unique online function like that, it cannot be recreated. At least not easily. But if I were to compare a lot of things like that and like an individual standpoint, you know, things like the combat's really bland. And let's be real now. Every weapon you get, you're basically just spamming R1. There's some situations where you're gonna press R2, but let's face it, a lot of weapons feel really samey as well. Oh shit! Oh shit! Oh shit! Oh shit! A lot of weapons feel really samey because generally people's weapon selection boils down to, do I want a weapon that swings vertically or a weapon that swings horizontally, or you know, a weapon that swings slow and does lots of damage, or quick and very little. That's generally as far as selecting that goes. Ah, yes, this rift. That's probably what I need to go into. Oh no, it's not leading me there. Well, let me grab the checkpoint over here. And that's as far as Dark Souls combat goes. It's mostly based on spacing yourself with enemies, but it doesn't have a lot of depth. There's spells, but it's just another means of doing range damage for the most part. They don't really do anything unique. You know, you throw a fireball, you shoot a soul's crystal, or you can just fire a bow. But I don't know. But again, Dark Souls is still a fantastic game despite all that, because it is, like I said, it's an experience. I want to feed you souls. It's just highly unlikely you're going to experience anything like it. Fuck it, I might as well. I could just jump off a cliff or something, but... I need to go in that pit. I need to go in this pit. Man, I remember the first time I played Demon Souls. I'm pretty sure I mentioned this already, but the main reason I started playing it was, you know, I mean, it was definitely I was definitely too old to consider myself a kid, I think. This is right around the time it came out, which is right around the start of the PS3 era, which was like, I guess, over 7 years ago. Because I remember the PS3 and Xbox 360 were out for like over like 7 years before we got to the next console generation. So maybe it was quite a while ago. 7 years there. I don't know how long the current console generation's been going. Probably like 3 to 5. Probably been even longer than that. I'm just forgetting. How'd that miss? Okay. Calm down. But yeah, so man, I guess that'd be like at least 10 years ago, right? Something like that. I don't know. Maybe it didn't come out right at the start of the PS3. Feels like it did though. So I would have been probably around 16 or 17. But, you know, even as a teenager, I was the younger brother, which means I was worse than my older brother at video games. It's just kind of how nature works. And, you know, he was having a lot of trouble with Demon Souls. I don't think he can even get past the second level. And in my brain, that was like, oh, hell yeah, this is my chance. I get to be better than him at a game. So I just kind of like, I didn't like it at first, but I kind of like forced myself to keep playing because like, oh, I gotta beat him. I gotta be better. Ugh. And, you know, by the end, I fucking love that game to the point where I think I played through like New Game +8 or something like that. and such, and you know, that was fun. And again, it was a unique experience. I was also like, because I went in that game completely blind. It's not like I saw any advertisements or looked anything up about it, so I had no idea there was like an invasion system in it. So when I was in the second level and it was like blah 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 has invaded, and it was like clearly a username, you know, like XX Weed Lord 420 XX or whatever the fuck. I was like, what? What the fuck? What does that mean? It's like, it's a username. They invaded. What is that? What, are they here? Is, you know, it's a shocking moment indeed. Oops. And then, you know, I'm like, because, you know, luckily I kind of guessed right. I was like, does that mean it's another person? And so I was like waiting and like on top of a tower. I think it was like the first tower on the, I think it was the first tower on, the second level where there's like the dragon breathing fire all across and stuff like that. And so, I don't. And so, oh, I can't go that way. I can just crawl over his corpse. And so, I was up on that tower and I was just kind of keeping an eye out because I was paranoid that that was indeed another player and that they were somewhere around there. And I just see like this, you know, red dude just kind of running across the bridge. And I felt like my suspicion was confirmed, and I think me and the other guy probably healed like 40 times each in that fucking fight, which I loved because it was like the most stressful shit ever. Which, I mean, I feel like that's what Dark Souls invasions are all about. back in the glory days when people weren't complaining about honor and no healing and stuff like that, it was so fun. That's one thing That's one problem I have with the Souls games these days, is you can recreate the experience of playing through the game blind, but you can't recreate the experience of that initial community. It was very fun and also very cutthroat, which I loved. It really just kind of added to the game. That was kind of like the atmosphere of the game to begin with. It was very cutthroat, very difficult, and now it's filled with a bunch of fans who want PvP to be as easy as possible for them. And, you know, call me old-fashioned, but I don't feel like that's what the Souls games has ever been about. And I feel like people kind of ruin it when they do that. Where am I supposed to go from here? No, it is indeed out here. Need to smash his shit in? Oh, another guy. Is there any means to get up there? God, I mean, if Fury could just climb a fucking fence, it'd be fine. Break these doors. Oh. There's a switch on the wall I'm not noticing, like a big doof? I don't think so. I think there's just something I don't have yet that I need to have. Maybe lightning on the water? No. I feel like I don't have something that I need to have to progress. Which I'm kind of annoyed that it made me come all this way to hit a wall like that instead of putting it at the beginning. If that's the case, I'm not fully convinced that that's the case, though. Just because of that, because it made me go so far. Yeah, I think I have to go back. Depending on how complex this is, I might need to figure this out between episodes. But I guess I need to start with killing that fish monster. Also hearing the item sound. Oh, there it is. Okay, let's see if we can figure out a way around the fish. I mean, we've been up this way before, but I honestly kind of forget what was up here, so let's just go back again, I suppose. Oh, I'm back here. Oh, loading or something. Huh. You know, let's warp to the place I last remember running into that guy in the open. Open hole.
Take your time.
I think it was the Mangled Freeway. I should really end the episode, but it's also... I also really want to figure this out before I do. Oh, it's on the other side of the Mangled Freeway. I didn't want to go that far. I remember there was one closer. I just don't remember which one it is. Let's just look at the list. It'll probably show it somewhere. There's also a vent right here. Where does this go? This is also telling me this way, but... Oh wait, yeah, this is where... Oh, this is the hallway where the dude grabbed me. Right. I'll get to that one guy over there. That's something I still didn't figure out. Alright. There we are.
Didn't I already?
Well, that's one mystery solved. Not really the one I was trying to, though. Okay, so I can't go that way. Think about this though. So he'd be like straight that way. Am I able to approach it from this side? No, I just hit a wall.
Greetings. Please take your time.
The Drowned District is where I escaped boss room. I remember dropping down, and I think I was here at one. There should be a lift near. I can hopefully jump up. It was definitely up there, but too far for me to get to. There we go. Huh, yeah, I might have to figure this out between episodes. Yeah, I'm gonna do that. Anyway, I'm gonna end this episode here, guys. If you like the video, be sure to like the video. And I read all the comments, so feel free to post a comment on there. It also helps the channel, and I always really appreciate it. And yeah, you guys have a great day, and I'll see you guys in the next one.